There's a lot of hype around AI these days, with a lot of prominent and smart people calling it the biggest invention since the internet, possibly even bigger. There's also a lot of advice about, the exact set of tools you need to use and how to use those specific tools in order to maximize your life, money, time, etc. While there's certainly some good advice out there, I believe that everyone is a unique person with their own lives, their own skill sets, their own goals. And I don't think there's going to be a one size fits all approach to which AI tools are going to work specifically for you. Not to mention, there are quite literally hundreds of tools already available, and the technology is still quite new, so that number is going to explode even more over the coming months and years. What this means is that sticking to, a specific set of tools that one person recommends today likely won't pan out very well as time goes on and as the technology advances. In this video, I'll be discussing how you can understand all the different AI tools out there, as well as how you can pick the right ones for you and your specific goals. First off, let's talk a little bit about what we mean when we say AI. AI, broadly means artificial intelligence, but the AI that's being referred to in the news and media, as well as, everyone out there, is actually what's known as generative AI, or generative artificial intelligence. It's that keyword generative that really matters here, because generative AI, generates things. It can generate text, videos, code, speech, music, pictures, and to be honest, that's only starting to scratch the surface of what it can do. So how does that fit in for you? Let's say you're a programmer. You're working and you need to do something specific, like fetching all of the top songs on Spotify for a particular user, but you can't quite remember how to do this using Spotify's API. You think for a little bit and you're like, I need to create or generate this, right? So then, you search the internet for a tool, for an AI tool specifically, that can generate code. Something like GitHub's Copilot. You then turn to GitHub Copilot, ask it to fetch those top songs for you for a particular user, and it gives you the answer, and your job is done or pretty close to done. You came up with the idea of what you want to create it, and then your AI helper, in this case GitHub Copilot, helped fill in the gaps for you. Now, let's go with something maybe a little bit harder. Let's say you're a busy dad, you just got back home from work, and you need to whip up a meal with whatever you have in your fridge, because your kids are hungry and, you don't have time to go to the grocery store. You're not quite sure what to make, and you don't want to fall back on just heating up a frozen pizza, so you search for an AI tool that can make recipes. So, you go looking, and you're not able to find a tool that's specifically for creating recipes, but you realize that a lot of recipes are written down, and so you go to a text-based tool such as ChatGPT and say, hey, ChatGPT, can you help me make a recipe using all these ingredients that I have in my fridge currently? ChatGPT gives you an answer, and then you're able to create, let's say, a fried rice that you weren't able to come up with on your own, and now your kids and you are happy. The point is, if anything in your life involves making a tangible thing or content, you can use generative AI to help you make that thing. And maybe your first response to this is, Vishal, I don't actually create anything. To which my response to you would be, you honestly probably do. And not only do you make something, you probably make many things. And maybe those things are just things that you consider too small, like creating a grocery list or an email. So the 3-step checklist that I would use in order to figure out how you can best leverage AI is to 1, think about what you create in everyday life. 2, think about whether you want any help in order to create those things. Then 3, search for that specific tool that best serves your purpose. At that point, the sky's the limit. As long as you can imagine what you want to create, AI can help you create that thing. That thing might not necessarily be perfect, like maybe that fried rice that ChatGPT helped you come up with isn't as good as your tried and true recipes, but instead of starting at, 0% of having a recipe, you get to 70% or 80% or even 90%, and that's a lot better than where you started. That being said, I want to reiterate that this landscape is going to evolve dramatically over the coming months and years. We are quite literally in the infancy age of generative AI, and I'm sure the space will evolve in ways that we can't even comprehend right now. As a very minor example, let's go back to ChatGPT for generating that fried rice recipe. ChatGPT isn't finely tuned for cooking, so the recipes it comes up with might not be as perfect as you'd like, but I bet a whole lot of money that some chefs are cooking up, pun intended, an AI tool that is specifically for recipes and cooking and culinary creations. And once those are out there, a whole lot of us might get a lot better at cooking. That's all I've got for now. I hope that was useful in helping you think of ways that you can leverage AI for yourself in particular and your lifestyle, your goals, your needs. I'd love to hear if you've already made some improvements in your life using AI, or if you even just have ideas around how you might want to use it. So let me know in the comments if you do. As always, I make videos about tech and the tech industry, so if any of that interests you, feel free to subscribe to the channel. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button down below. See you in the next one.